I did a recent survey to see whether kids around the U.S. knew what WMAS stood for, and this is what I got. Gage, what do you think about WMAS?
What is that?
Kyler, do you know what WMAS stands for?
No.
What does WMAS mean? I sat them down and tried to explain to them that WMAS stood for Wisconsin Model of Academic Standards. So I said, let's make this simple. Wisconsin, that's where we live. Model, wrong model. The right kind of model is a system or thing used as an example to follow or imitate. And finally, academic standards specify what students should know and should be able to do at any given time in their educational career. In case you were wondering, Wisconsin has standards for 21 content areas, has adopted Common Core state standards for English and math as of 2010, and has adopted Common Core state standards for literacy in all subjects. But there's way too many, they all say. Well, standards may be dense, but they are vital to learning because they serve as an end goal for teachers and students. They also allow students, parents, and educators to know where a student should be at any given point. When it comes to standards, there are 6 principles that each educator should keep in mind while teaching. Principle number 1. It is the educator's responsibility to make sure that every student is reaching their highest potential within their classroom. Principle number 2. To understand the world we live in, there are certain things that every child needs to learn, and it's the educator's responsibility to make sure they are all learning it, no matter what their age or ability. Principle number 3. The use of assessments in the classroom plays a vital role in learning and teaching. Not only can educators learn about their students, they can learn about their own teaching style. In the end, it benefits everybody to give different kinds of assessments and to give them often. Principle number 4. Teaching and learning is a collaborative effort, not just between teachers and students, but between teachers and teachers, students and teachers, students and students, teachers and parents, and students and parents. Without everyone working together, the end goal, student success, is impossible. Principle number 5. There are no 2 students in the world that come from the same background, come from the same culture, have the same learning style, or have gone through the same experiences. In the classroom, we need to embrace this diversity, as this is what makes each classroom unique. Principle number 6. Meaningful learning happens in comfortable environments. Therefore, it's important to make sure that every classroom is inviting, warm, and respectful, allowing students to learn based on their specific needs. If we want to examine specific standards, here's a WMAS standard that states that students should be able to write informative and explanatory text to examine and convey complex ideas, concepts, and information clearly and accurately through the effective selection, organization, and analysis of content. If we want to simplify that with something a little easier to comprehend, we could tell students an end goal is that they should be able to successfully produce an essay consisting of a strong thesis statement, well-constructed paragraphs, and well-chosen sources that will enhance the audience's knowledge of a given topic. While students may understand this better, it doesn't hurt to break it down into more realistic goals, such as a daily lesson learning objective, such as this one. They will be able to write a strong thesis statement for their essay. Wisconsin educators believe that literacy becomes increasingly important as students begin to dive deeper in school subjects. It is more than being able to read or write well, but also being able to listen, speak, and most importantly, think critically. Educators in Wisconsin want to build on a student's ability to do by improving their ability to comprehend what they are doing. Although testing isn't a fan favorite, it is equally as important. The Wisconsin Knowledge and Concepts exam, for example, is designed to measure WMAS. It is designed by the Department of Public Instruction and Wisconsin educators, and it is specifically made with Wisconsin standards in mind. The purpose of the WKCE is to provide information about student achievement of subject area proficiency to students, parents, and teachers. It also gives information to support curriculum and instructional planning, and it holds schools and districts accountable for student learning. To make a long story short, WKCE testing determines the extent to which schools and districts across the state are meeting the Wisconsin standards. What does this all mean? It means that standards are essential to learning necessary skills needed for students to be successful in school and in life. They also gear student learning toward tests such as the ACT and the SAT that will affect their future. The better they do, the better their chances at a higher education. Now that we're nearing the end of the lesson, I thought I would conduct the same survey to see if they had learned anything. Gage, do you think you have a better understanding of this now? Kai, do you get it now?
Yay, Mommy.
Thumbs up? Close enough. You get it now, Brooklyn?